So we're back again.
And I seem to be eating. Do you know something?
You see, usually every day there's a food holiday, and today there wasn't. So today was only Felt Hat Day and Marriage Fidelity Day in Alaska.
And blow your nose on
Did
the
you ever
sharks.
hear of something? Yeah.
Well, how about
In
this?
Alaska.
Well, how about this woman who
Have you
just
ever been to Alaska?
I actually haven't, but my brother lived there for a while and worked for the Sierra Club. That my brother, the doctor. As opposed to just merely a brain surgeon, such as I am. But thank God he doesn't practice on anyone.
Is he a brain surgeon?
No, he's an orthopedist. And so my mother can say, my son, the doctor, and then my daughter, the brain surgeon, and the ex-son-in-law with the earrings are brain surgeons, and that's that.
So you're Dr. Frost?
You can just call me Your Highness. You know something? You notice the Queen has never seen me eating, so I really can't finish my
Well, it's
cookie.
Prince Henry's birthday today, so he
Oh,
will
really?
allow you to eat a cookie.
He will allow me.
It's
Okay.
tea time, so
Is
you
it
know.
time?
Yeah.
It's tiki drink time.
It's tiki drink
Good.
time at Otto Shrunken Head, the best tiki
Ooh,
drinks
that's
in the
what
town.
It is, and
Yes.
Lainey Ford is the bartender.
Lainey is the
And
best.
she is.
She is.
She is really great.
Besides inside, outside, talent-wise,
She is a
she's
good
got it
bartender.
going on. So you got to come on Wednesdays, happy hour at Otto's, Ruin Who, and get your drinks.
So have you been doing? How long have you been doing this show here?
This show we started on Joey Ramone's birthday, May 19th, which is also the day Jackie O went to heaven. So I feel Jackie and Joey are watching the show every day.
Probably together, I'm sure.
Oh, I would hope so.
I'm sure they're watching it together. Yes.
Yeah, two very, very important people in
Yes.
my realm.
Important New Yorkers.
Yes.
And everybody's watching the show. Dead, alive. I think they may be dead. Those who were alive are now dead after our conversation.
After they watch
That's
the
a
show.
minor detail. A minor detail.
Today's whipped cream day. You didn't know
Oh,
that?
no.
is it?
Yes.
And what I'm concerned.
If I knew, I would have brought a lot of
What
whipped
I
cream.
know, then we could have really had a party.
Oh, we got to get
What
some
I'm
whipped
concerned
cream.
about is, I don't know if any of your other guests have mentioned the political developments here in our country.
You mean like the election yesterday, that
like
I'm the
the
only
way-
person in the whole wide world that I know voted?
I voted too.
Oh, hallelujah.
I voted too. I am a real patriot.
I am too.
Unlike many of these people who open their mouths. But how about that woman, the Sarah Palin's candidate, the anti-masturbation candidate? Yes,
And
we're
she
talking
won.
about Alaska. Yes, we're
I didn't know
talking-
she's
we're talking-
anti-masturbation.
Oh yes, she did commercials. You can go on my Facebook, my Facebook page, or Cheetah Chrome, I believe, sent me a nice. Cheetah, actually today his book is released. So,
Nice.
So let's give him a plug. But I think he also shared a link with me about this fabulous candidate who's against masturbation.
Now, how is she going to know if you're masturbating? Does she want
Well,
to
I don't know.
snoop on everyone?
Well, I don't know. What I think is, I think that Sarah Palin, who endorsed her, family is one of the finest examples of non-masturbation that our country has to offer.
And how do you
And
know this?
Well, obviously, they were not wasted seed. Bristol
She got herself
and
pregnant.
the 5 children, and then the grandchildren, and all of these.
Well, they're just not for protection, possibly, but they
Well,
might
obviously they
masturbate.
are not. No, they are not the result of masturbation. Obviously, the people who had. Obviously, Sarah Palin was doing something else.
You mean having sex?
She must have in order to create.
Now,
this
was she
great family.
observing marriage fidelity
I
day
guess
in
so.
Alaska?
I guess so. She's for family values, and I think she is just one of the finest examples of an American patriot that we have ever seen probably since the days when people were riding through the South in their little white, the little pointy hats and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean like the KKK?
Yeah, this is like the Alaskan version, I think.
So you think
She's not even, you know what, I
Yeah.
think she was created by over 50 Republican men to be their
Well,
ideal woman.
she's the new.
So is she like the bionic
No,
woman? She's like
the
Lindsay
blow-up
Wagner.
doll.
She's the Anita Bryant without orange juice.
Oh my gosh, you know, all these things you're saying make sense.
Of course they make sense. I went to
Sexual
Radcliffe for
blow-up
nothing.
doll.
You think I went to Harvard for nothing? Of course they make sense.
I know. So, you know, but the thing about the world
We
that
learned something there.
I always feel, and it's so sad that as good as things get, it has to get as evil, and I wish it didn't, but they're always, even the internet, it's like there's so many good things that happen on the internet,
But
then why do people like sit there and create viruses? I don't get it.
I don't know. They have no, maybe because they signed the anti-masturbation pledge or something.
Exactly.
So they've got to spread viruses. Just like you know, our president is a Muslim Nazi. Did you know that?
Wait, there's a word for that.
Oxymoron.
I don't think so.
My kids taught me that word.
I don't think so. I don't think it's an oxymoron if you see it on Fox News. How could that be? How could that possibly be?
Oh, you're a brilliant woman.
It's
Did you really go to Harvard?
Yes, I did.
For how long?
Much longer.
Really?
Yes, I was the music director of the radio station, and people like Sting.
Was it Radcliffe?
No, it actually was Harvard. It was one. It's a long story. I don't remember. Read the book. But we had the Sting banging on the door of the radio station. They drove up in a little.
The police, you mean?
Station wagon. Yeah, and they said, we're from England. Nobody knew who they were. The record hadn't been released yet. And said, let us in. I said, we can't let in just anybody in with an English accent. They said, the drummer's father is the #2 man in the CIA. I said, okay. But we actually had a very good laugh about it fairly recently. Remembered it exactly.
In the bathtub?
Because I was the audience. There were about 3 people, and he remembered all of them. And he was so desperate for one little girl who was a groupie of Thunder Train, who actually this guy went on to great fame singing for the Joe Perry Project for one moment. They took a badge and said, please, Amber, come, I'll give you the badge off my jumpsuit. And I said, oh, look, he went around in the van, gave everybody a badge off the jumpsuit, and look.
He became a big
He
star.
became a big star, so that's all you have to do.
He stung everyone.
Yes. Who wants
A badge.
Anybody want a badge?
Who wants a ReW badge?
So this, a
So
ReW
you can be
badge?
stung
So
by,
this will be-
yeah.
I think
So,
that's a good way.
Deborah Frost, tell us where you're playing next week with Tish and Snooki. They're coming
Tish
on
and
the
Snooki,
show
good.
in
Tell them.
October. I know
Tell
they
them.
just opened their new store
They have a new store.
in Long Island City.
They have great products.
I love Manic
I know I
Panic.
should have worn my.
I've
I
had-
need a manicure. Maybe we'll go over and get a manicure.
They do manicures
Well,
there?
I don't know, but they have the nail
I
polish.
know.
So
And they
Somebody-
they have
somebody
great
must
colors.
be
Hair day.
hair dye.
It's just so high maintenance. I used to do all those colors, and it's like whenever I see blonde hair, I think it's crime code.
You're not
You know, that's
supposed
such
to
good hair for
You're
color
not
to
supposed
do.
to let people see the strings and the wires.
Right.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I know.
I know. So, but anyway, we'll go there. So, blah 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 blah. Am I supposed to say anything more?
Just
I
tell
have
us one.
something.
Yeah. What's
I
that?
want to know
Next
how to
week,
sign
the
the
21st.
anti-masturbation pledge.
Oh,
I
If I
don't
went to
know.
Harvard, you might
I don't know. Just say no hands. Don't your hands here like this. No hands.
But then what?
Then what? I don't know.
I gotta pledge my body to something.
Microphones?
Nah.
Or get
no.
poked?
I don't know. Pledge your body to
Poke on Facebook?
Poke
Does
on
that-
Facebook. Poke.
It's safe.
Does that count?
It's safe.
Does that
Yeah,
count?
I think it probably is a safe poke, and I think kids try this at home. Poke. So ReW sent you. ReW sent you.
We'll be back on ReW and Who.
Can I leave yet?
Yeah, you can leave.
Thank you.
Thank you.